Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we'll be reviewing the all-new Volkswagen Tiguan. Before we get into this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the strong Volkswagen here in Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this Tiguan. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Alex. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money, the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 23 around town and then 30 on the highway, with power outputs being 184 horsepower and then 221 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Starting with the hood, the design's actually pretty simplistic. You guys can see the distinctive lines on either side, and the nose is just flat in the center. Really cool looking LED lights here, and then notice how like the trim there connects with the grille. I think that's pretty fancy. We've got the Volkswagen logo, and then you guys can see a little R right there on the side because this is an R line. And then notice we do have some parking sensors here at the bottom. And putting it all together, I kind of jump back between this and the Taos in terms of my favorite style with a Volkswagen crossover, but I think it looks great. Coming around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 255/45/19 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see with the wheel design how it's all blacked out. I think it looks pretty sweet. Notice here with the fender flares, and then we've got our little R badge here on the side, and then some more black trim here on the side as well. Notice the mirror cap is blacked out, and then also the window trim. And then taking a look at the full side profile, it kind of looks like the SUV version of the Golf. I think that's why I like it so much. I mean, especially look at like the lights there from the side and everything. It looks so similar to the side view of the Golf. So here's a key fob. We've got our lock function, our unlock function. This is what unlocks the hatch, and then we've got the remote start function. Just press that a couple times, and then the Volkswagen logo on the back. Now, popping into the hatch area, by the way, it's hydraulic with the opening. What you'll notice is we actually have a decent amount of storage space behind the third row, and yes, this does happen to have a third row, but you can easily fold it down with just that little strap right there to give you even more storage space if you need it. And then notice we got this little tabs here to actually throw down the second row as well if you need even more storage space. And then when you're all done, just grab this handle and boom. Really cool looking taillights here, and then you guys can see the Tiguan badge there in the center, and then our SE badge on the other side. And then we have the fake looking exhaust tip covers down below, which is interesting. Parking sensors there in the rear as well. And putting it all together, I do think that it's a very handsome looking crossover. Now, taking a look at the rear door panel here, I really like the stitching design there. I think that looks really good. And then here are the seats. You guys can see again with the stitching design, and then look at like how it's kind of like perforated there in the center as well. And then of course you got a little strap down there to throw it on the seat, and then this also helps you access the third row. Now, legroom here on the second row is actually pretty solid. We've got a little storage pocket here, and then you guys can see with the vents, some USB action and a 12 volt. And then headroom back here is also really good. And would you look at this? We have a cup holder armrest. So this is one of those SUVs that has a third row, but definitely is best for just kids. But I do have like a little cup holder back here, and yeah, headroom's cramped and all that, so yeah, like I said, reserve this for kids. And now with the front door panel, notice we got this cool trim here at the top, and then again with the stitching design. All of our window controls right here with our mirror adjustments, the door lock and unlock function, and here's a quick look at the mirrors. And then here's the front seat. Notice again with the stitching, and notice how it's perforated all down the center, and then we've got our adjustments here on the side. Another R logo. I like the pedals, they actually look really nice. We got our light control here off to the side as well. Steering wheel, by the way, manually adjustable. And now here's a quick look at the steering wheel. You guys can see really nice padding all around, and then we got the stitching there in the center portion. Another R logo, those are all over with the car. Some controls for the center stack. This does come with adaptive cruise control. Got our turn signal stock, and then our windshield wiper stock. So we've got this digital gauge cluster here in the center. I think it looks great. We can press the view button to actually change the whole view, what we see here in the center, which I think is pretty cool. So it's kind of like customizable, and then we can scroll through some different menus, see different bits of info on, you know, different systems within the vehicle itself too. Now in reverse, we do have a backup camera here with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and resolution is pretty dang solid. As for the rest of the infotainment system, you guys can see analog radio control, so for the volume and then changing the station, which I really appreciate. And overall, I mean, this is really easy to use, frankly. So, and they've got shortcut buttons, so like it's solid. Now down below we've got our analog controls for the climate system. I like how you've got off, but it's like 2 different sizes for the Fs. I think that's hilarious. Heated seats as well, and it's kind of fun to control this, like with the temperature dial, for example, how you like slide your finger on it. I don't know. Some of you might be like, I don't care for that, Ben, but you know what? I like stuff like that. But anyways, if we do that, we got the OFF again. Got some charging port action here, so with some USBs and then the wireless phone charging pad, and then in front of that we've got our shifter here for the 8-speed automatic parking brake. You got your engine stop start, and then your auto stop start over here with the parking sensors, some cup holder action, and then here's the center console, which just opens up. And then speaking of storage, here's your glove box as well. And then up top we got a regular rear view mirror, and then we do have our control for the full panoramic sunroof, as you can see. So here's the window sticker for this Tiguan. This is an SER line black. But anyways, first off, you guys can see with the warranty information, 4-year, 50,000 mile on the vehicle itself. So that covers the powertrain and everything on the vehicle. So that's similar to like a luxury car warranty, which is pretty interesting. But anyways, base MSRP $33,310, total MSRP $35,344, which makes this probably one of the least expensive, or rather most affordable, 3-row crossovers you can get. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood, both of the mirrors, and throughout the rest of the rear. And I guess we will, actually, no, we'll just go around the other way. I was gonna say, well, we'll reverse away, but you know, it'll be easier to go down this way. Also, I'm liking some of the colors they're doing on Volkswagens now. I feel like for a long time, or maybe it's just what dealers order, I've only seen like gray, white, and black Volkswagens, but now I'm starting to see like reds, sometimes blues, you know, some other colors. So they're being less German with the colors, so to say. And first off, I will say seat comfort is actually really good here with the Tiguan. I like the bolstering. I think it's wide enough. I'm not like a huge person, but you know, I go to the gym every so often, so I got some bigger legs and a little bit of a bigger back now, and sometimes I don't fit in seats all that well, but I fit in these pretty dang well. Oh, parking sensors. That little like dip there always freaks out every single car's system, because they're always like, it always thinks the car's gonna like hit into the road or something like that. We're setting off now finally, and it's a good thing I got that turbocharged 2-liter, because I was able to get out before the next big line of cars came and made it so that I had to sit for longer. But really good torque actually right off the bat. I will say that I'm pretty impressed. Ride quality is really good. Now, funny enough, I'm driving this back to back with some very expensive Audis. One of the Audis that I reviewed today was an Audi A8L, which is like full-blown top-line luxury car. And so you'd think that going from that into, you know, something like this, which is, you know, less expensive than the average brand new car, so this is supposed to be more of like an economy type car, that I would be like, oh man, this is uncomfortable and this and that. But no, this drives really well. Like, still feels really comfortable. The suspension, you know, noise insulation is actually pretty dang solid as well. So I think that Volkswagen's actually done a really good job with this. It's solid for the segment, that's for sure. But the thing that really makes it stand apart, in my opinion, is actually the powertrain, because it feels just so punchy, like just barely getting on it. And we'll get a better acceleration up here in a moment, but like it just moves so well. Most, you know, vehicles in this segment, I feel like they all have, you know, either naturally aspirated 4 cylinders or CVTs or both, right? And this has a turbocharged engine, and it has an actual like torque converter automatic, so it just drives so much better. Like, good examples like the Honda CR-V, that's turbocharged with a CVT. Similar power outputs to this, actually, very similar. This feels so much quicker. This feels so much better. And again, it's just because the transmission with it. So yeah, transmissions do go a long way. Oh, braking's really good. Yeah, see, look, it just moves. So summing things up here with the Tiguan, I think this thing looks really good. I think the powertrain's solid. It would be cool if Volkswagen offered like another, you know, higher performance powertrain on the Tiguan. I don't know if people would actually go for it that purchase these cars. I don't know anything about that. I just think it'd be cool. So I'm not saying that needs to happen. I'm just saying I think it'd be cool if it happened. And well, actually, oh, never mind. This is not gonna be good. We'll have to wait till we turn. I was gonna say this will be good for an acceleration, not when you have a turn lane like this. I think it's just a really good vehicle. And the thing is, modern Volkswagens, And that, yeah, that bump really shows how good the damping is. Modern Volkswagens feel so nice. Like, the ride quality is really good. The build quality, I mean, this is so much better than like Volkswagens from 10 years ago. They've made a lot of improvements with this, that is for sure. And well, finally we'll get acceleration. Woo! Yeah, that's good. Yeah, they've just done a really good job to improve a lot of stuff on this. So let me know what you guys think about the new Tiguan, but I'm a big fan.